Well, hello again, and it's a lovely day for a ride, and we're going to explore some narrow lanes from Hutton Roof Village over towards Farleton. And as you can see, there's a bit of a problem with the camera. Over on the right hand side in the screen is a bit of a shadow, and that's the lens hood. And at the moment, the whole windshield is going to fall off. And this is a windshield that I've put on there. There it goes. I put that windshield on there because I removed the windscreen from the motorcycle, which was stopping all the wind bluster. So we're going to have to pull in and sort this out, aren't we? I think so. Right, stop just here for a bit. Make sure that the lens on the camera is still intact, because this little lens cover just pushed over, and it's a blustery day, although very bright. Overnight rain, in fact rain for the last few days, has meant that it's all very mucky along these lanes. So this will be a slow ride. For those who don't like slow rides, look away now. I'm just going to put in again just to make sure that the camera itself is okay. Which we've decided it is. So off we go then. Now you will hear the sound of the wind, I'm afraid. I've muted it right down low, but there is still some wind noise, unfortunately, so I'm going to have to sort this out for future rides, because it was effective while it was on there. Up over on the left there is Hutton Roof itself, and we'll be coming into Hutton Roof Village very shortly. Here it is. And the other problem was, for those that watched the last ride I did, which wasn't put on for public display, it was just for a few friends. I thought the connection to the camera was from the USB port on the handlebars to the camera itself to keep it charging. I thought that was being affected by the wind and causing a crackle on the microphone. But on this ride, I'm only using batteries, not that lead, and it still crackled. So obviously wasn't that at all. So that's another area that I've got to look into. What's causing the crackle? It only did it if you went over about 35 miles an hour. So riding these little lanes, it isn't a problem. I think it's probably some slight movement of the camera mount itself. I must say I do love these days in very late autumn, as Sally remarked, the trees with their skeleton outlines just look lovely. Now this part of the ride wasn't too slippery. Wet roads, but nothing worse than that. And the sun is behind us, which is good. It's not in my eyes. You can see we're starting to get some debris down the centre. I'm having to avoid that. I'm just going to take a left here up this very narrow lane, and that'll lead us over to Farleton Village. Just going to stop again to make sure that camera's it's the lens itself which I'd pushed that windshield onto, and that's a little half turn. I just want to make absolutely sure it was still intact, and it's okay. So and this lane was particularly bad. It's a lot of grass in the centre, and that is very slippery. And over ahead of us you can see Farleton Crag and Hutton Roof, which is one tends to run into the other. Quite an extensive area, as I've said before, of limestone, and it's fissured limestone. Last time I rode this lane, must have been it wasn't long after I got my Meteor and I discovered it, and that was in the July of 2022. So it's nice to revisit. You can see by the shadow over there how low the sun is in the sky. We're talking about 10 o'clock, 10:15 in the morning, GMT. We don't actually climb up over Hutton Roof on this ride, we skirt along the lower edge. And all those lovely trees. We took a left there that would take us up onto Hutton Roof. trying to avoid the worst of the slippery debris. As you might imagine, when I got back the bike was absolutely filthy. So were my boots and trousers. Just came up to a gate in across the road here.
It's a gated road.
So this is now all open. Bracken turns a lovely colour at this time of year. And we've got the sun again. Now we're just coming up to the end of this section with another gate. Just there. And now it's enclosed. Fortunately, as you see, there are no farm vehicles coming the other way, nor any other traffic. Let's go up to a junction here and we're going to take a left to Farleton Village. That's Farleton Crag up over on the left. And the rain clouds are gathering. Yeah, here we are, the outskirts of the village, or hamlet really. A few farm buildings, one or two dwellings. We're just coming up to the end of the lane, which leads us onto a major road. And here it is here. And thanks for watching.